He had 26 shots, only 21 saves, save percentage of 808, which just doesn't get it done in the playoffs. But he was chased, and then his Vasilevsky guy came in. He wasn't real busy either, but that's a big score, and a little deceptive because it was an empty net goal at the end of the game at 7-3 for the New York Rangers, who go on Friday, Game 7 in New York. We knew that was going to go Game 7 too, didn't we?
And you guys all thought the Lightning was...
No, I knew it. I called it. I said they're going Game 7.
No, I never said Lightning. I just said they had a...
I know Dean did for sure.
Yeah, no, Dean did for sure. Nostradamus. Great game tonight, too. Get ready for Anaheim and Chicago, Game 6.
8 o'clock start, not the 9 o'clock start you've been accustomed to. So, listen to Sportsnet 590, the fan, and watch. Is it the Ducks? Okay, predictions. Ducks?
No, I don't know. It's tough to count on Chicago, especially on home ice.
You know, if the Ducks win and the Rangers win, this is the first time I think it was like 11 years the two first number one teams have made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, by the way, which is interesting. Yep. Hasn't happened in a long time. I could be wrong. It was a stat I heard yesterday. But either way, if it's Rangers or Blackhawks, I'm happy. If it's Tampa Bay, I mean, you can't lose. These teams are, to see the triplet line play, to see Stamkos continue to play the way he's played. Lundqvist deserves to get there as well based on his play. This last game with Nash and having New York get back in. I mean, there's so many great storylines here, are there not? Like, would you not think that this Stanley, there's a no-lose with the Stanley Cup Final, no matter who gets in?
I think Gary Bettman last night was like, woo! When the Rangers won that game, because for ratings-wise, they don't want to see the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Stanley Cup Final. They want to have that gigantic New York market in there. And if they play Anaheim, you have that LA slice too. So the Gary Bettman's all about the New York Rangers, Dean, winning Game 7 to get to the Stanley Cup Final.
I think for the neutrals, I think Tampa Bay being in there is more interesting.
Right.
Stamkos, they're a more offensive team. I know New York put a bunch of goals up in the regular season, but once the playoffs started, they tightened down, or they buckle up defensively. I think Tampa's who you want to see if you're a neutral out of the East, and I don't think it matters who comes out of the West, although I think Anaheim deserves it. They've been the best team in the playoffs, but you can't, as you said, can't count on Chicago.
No. Anyway, Game 7 tonight, Game 6 tonight, Anaheim, Chicago, Ducks lead that series 3-2 as well, and again Friday for the Rangers, so we'll follow that. And who are we talking to? What NHL insider we're talking to? We got JVR on later on today, too, don't we?
James Van Riemsdyk, I believe, 7:15.
Wow.
Yes.
Lots of puck. Real quick, LeBron James is heading back to the NBA playoffs, in the finals, rather. They win yesterday, 118-88. He had 23 points. I don't want to make the comparison. We'll get to this in just a second. I don't want to make it, but is anybody, and I read something the other day, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. I mean, it's hard to mention him in the same breath as the demigod Michael Jordan, but I mean, what he's done over the past few years has been pretty impressive. Anyway, here's a clip from last night's game.
We have everything it takes to win, and like you said, I've been there twice. We have grit, we have determination, we have the willingness to want to be great, and that's from the first guy all the way down to the 15th. I think our coaching staff is going to prepare us the best way they know how to go against whoever comes out of the Western Conference, and we'll be ready to go on June 4th.
By coaching staff, does he mean himself? By coaching staff, does he mean, by the way, I've told David Blatt to sit down and shut up, and I'll take care of this from here on in?
I don't know what you're talking about, the coaching job that David Blatt has done in these playoffs. He's a tactical wizard.
Yeah.
Dean, the
Time
way he
out.
pushes the
Time
buttons.
out. We don't have any. Okay, forget I said it.
He's a wizard, Dean. Wow. How dare you? Rookie coach in the NBA Finals, that's something.
Yeah. He didn't do it. He did none of it. LeBron James was unbelievable again in this series. There are things that will happen in our lifetime that I don't know if you'll see again.
A triple crown?
It might happen with American Pharaoh.
But
you and the stupid horses in the tennis. You should have been born wealthier, according to the sports that you love.
Yes.
But there are things that will happen in our lifetime that you should really kind of appreciate. This is actually, I was thinking about this yesterday after they won. I thought, people should really appreciate what LeBron James has done over the past 8 to 10 years in the NBA. This will be his 6th final. his 5th in a row with 2 different teams. And this year, let me brass tacks it for you. Kyrie Irving played 25 minutes yesterday. He didn't play 2 of the games before that. Kevin Love hasn't played since the Boston series. And he won't play the rest of the way. And these are the big tickets. This was the big 3. And you know, the one consistent thing here is LeBron James.
His stats against Atlanta was basically a triple-double. He averaged 30 a game, 11 rebounds a game, and 9.3 assists. He's unbelievable. I always fascinated by the LeBron-MG comparison. I think it's just time to appreciate them both. They're different players, but both great players. But now with this...
But LeBron, I was thinking about yesterday. LeBron didn't, like, I mean, other than Wade and Bosh, I mean, that was engineered. LeBron in Cleveland, he doesn't have a pivot. Who's he have? He's got Dellavedova.
Right. No, that's why
Tristan Thompson, who he's stumping for to try and get him to stay.
Well, there's a couple things. They're both going to have 6 finals. Jordan was 6-0 in finals, by the way. That was pretty good. Yes. No, this year, if they win, it'll be the biggest accomplishment of his life. There's no doubt. Because going to Miami still leaves a bad taste in people's mouths, and it should a little bit. But he's a fantastic player, and he had the court vision better than Michael. And he's done a lot of things. That said, Jordan was playing against a way better NBA Eastern Conference.
And, you know,